Welcome, welcome. It's your girl Ashley, aka the Widow, and do we have some breaking news for you? Actually, information about Miss Marvel, and there was so much speculation about the character and how her powers would be portrayed in the show Ms. Marvel, and we have confirmation from Feige himself, an exact quote, and I'm going to go over this article with you guys from Empire, and this just broke. Really 30 minutes ago. It says Miss Marvel's powers are not an exact translation from the comics, says Kevin Feige. So we're going to read this article again. It's from Empire. It says, with decades and decades of comics to draw inspiration from, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has plenty of storylines to bring to the screen. But when Kevin Feige looks to classic comic runs for the MCU stories, sometimes they interpret things, and like for Captain America's Civil War, which found a pretty different issue for Cap and Iron Man to clash over, or this new Spider-Man trilogy with Tom Holland that's got a lot of flack, which gave us a whole different take on Peter Parker's early years. Now it's bringing Kamala Khan to the big screen, and she is also getting that adjustment away from the 2014 comics by Willow Wilson. Most notably, as fans have spotted in the trailers, Kong's power set looks a little bit different here. Rather than the stretching and morphing of her body, which is the embiggen powers, Kamala, we have seen like this purple cosmic powers, in the trailers, and which has got a lot of people, interested. And she is an Inhuman in the comics, and so there's something going on. And this is an exact quote from Kevin Feige. He said, "We adapt the comics. It's not an exact translation. Kamala came about in a very specific time within the comic book continuity. She is now coming into a very specific time within the MCU continuity. And those two things didn't match. The new origins for Khan's powers looks set to be a part of her journey of the show." Another quote for Feige says, what we learn about where these powers come from and how they come about is specific to the MCU, Feige teases. You will see great comic splash panels in some of our action sequences. If you want big giant hands and arms, well, they're here in spirit, if not in stretchy plastic type ways. Also, and it says, in the exploration of Kamala powers looks to set to continue through her upcoming adventures too. And next summer we're going to see Kamala Khan on the big screen. Brie Larson will be returning as Carol Danvers, as long as Tiana Parrish is coming back to reprise her role as Monica Rambeau. We were introduced to her in WandaVision, and Nia DaCosta is set to direct the sequel. Here's another quote also for Feige. It says, it taps into the future of her story as it connects to her other friends that she will meet in the upcoming film, The Marvels, confirms Feige. She's interested in knowing, great, does that mean I'm an Asgardian? Did I get it from gamma rays? No, it's seemingly none of those things. It goes to her own past and her heritage and lineage. So there's that. So let me know what you all think. So they're kind of going on Kamala Khan's heritage, her being Pakistani, and how does that connect and translate with Miss Marvel? Tell me, how do you feel about this? Or did you all want to see the embiggen powers that she has in classic from the comics, the stretching powers, instead of this cosmic energy, with purple hue of light? Let me know down below your thoughts.